In 2014, a hijacked passenger plane entered Swiss airspace. Switzerland had fighter jets capable of responding, but nobody came. Not because Switzerland had no air force. The problem was that its fighter jets were not operating around the clock. But there is a problem. The world Switzerland built its neutrality for no longer exists. Russia has invaded Ukraine. Europe is rearming. Global trade is becoming increasingly political. For centuries, that was dangerous. If Switzerland chose the wrong side in a European conflict, it could become a battlefield. So, instead of trying to dominate its neighbors, Switzerland developed another strategy. Don't choose a side. Neutrality helped protect Swiss independence while keeping the country out of many of Europe's devastating conflicts. But neutrality did something else. It helped hold Switzerland together. The country is divided into different linguistic, religious, regional, and political communities. Instead of building national identity around conquest or military power, Switzerland increasingly built it around independence, stability, and neutrality. And the results were extraordinary. Switzerland emerged from Europe's major wars with its independence intact. Its economy flourished. Its financial sector expanded. Its cities became centers of international diplomacy. Geneva became a place where countries that couldn't talk to each other could still meet. Eventually, neutrality became associated with something almost sacred. And that's where the problem begins. But that strategy depended on one important assumption. The international system around Switzerland had to remain relatively predictable. And that assumption is now being tested. And that criticism became more powerful because Switzerland itself was not isolated from the international defense industry. Its weapons could be sold internationally. But when those weapons were needed in Europe's biggest war in decades, Switzerland was extremely cautious about allowing them to reach the battlefield. Suddenly, neutrality wasn't just a historical principle, it had become a geopolitical problem. Ukraine exposed something Switzerland had managed to avoid confronting for decades. You can remain neutral in a war without remaining unaffected by it. And Ukraine is only part of the problem. Switzerland's economy was built around globalization. But globalization itself is changing. Countries are imposing tariffs. Technology is becoming a strategic weapon. Supply chains are being reshaped for national security. Sanctions are being used as tools of foreign policy. Economic relationships can become political almost overnight. And Switzerland has already experienced how quickly this can happen. Its relationship with the United States has faced tariff disputes, reminding Switzerland of something uncomfortable. Being outside a major political bloc doesn't mean you're outside geopolitical competition, and that assumption is becoming harder to maintain. Russia has criticized Switzerland's neutrality. Western countries have questioned whether Switzerland is doing enough to support Ukraine. Switzerland has joined sanctions against Russia while maintaining restrictions on military exports. Russia's invasion of Ukraine reminded the continent that large-scale war wasn't just something from history books. It could happen again. European countries began increasing defense spending. Military readiness became a major political issue. It could reconsider some of its weapons export rules. It could become more involved in European security without formally joining NATO. But every option creates another problem. Move too far toward Europe. And critics can say Switzerland is abandoning neutrality. Stay completely independent. And Switzerland risks being disconnected from security decisions affecting its own continent. Support Ukraine too strongly. And Russia may question its neutrality. Refuse too much support. And European partners may question Switzerland's commitment. There may simply be no perfect answer anymore. And that's the real transformation. It's deciding what neutrality should mean in the 21st century. For centuries, neutrality was a tool. It helped Switzerland survive between powerful neighbors. It protected its independence. It helped preserve internal stability. And it created the conditions for Switzerland to become one of the world's most successful economies. But strategies don't exist in a vacuum. They exist in a world that changes. And the world around Switzerland is changing faster than it has in decades. Russia's invasion of Ukraine demonstrated that European security can change almost overnight. Economic conflicts showed that even wealthy countries can face political pressure. But in a world where everyone is increasingly being forced to choose, The hardest choice Switzerland may face is deciding how long it can afford not to. If you found this analysis interesting, subscribe to Inside Empires for more deep dives into the countries, alliances, and decisions quietly reshaping the world. And tell me in the comments, should Switzerland defend strict neutrality at almost any cost? Or is the modern world making true neutrality impossible?